Well, good morning, good afternoon, and happy Wednesday. It was a much happier day today, although it still wasn't a very active day. It was much better than yesterday. Now, yesterday, as you know, I had a break-even day. Not really a whole lot of opportunities yesterday. Did what we had to do, and that's what we got. So today I came in, and we had a few setups going into the open that I was keeping eyes on, and, well, not many of them met criteria. I don't think any of them did. So I was watching MNDR, LRHC, SNSE, RIME, and OLB. Well, none of them met criteria today. And the main one I was watching into the open was LRHC. So the main one I was watching into the open was LRHC, which looked pretty dang good. But it never set up. It got out of the open and it just went sideways. Range, 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 range. I was watching for the break above. The problem was it took so long to actually break out that VWAP got drugged lower, decreasing our range to the upside if it did get breaking out. So it just ruined itself. So anyways, so that wasn't an opportunity. And then we had RXT moving, and I wanted something to work so bad today. And the share price here was nice. The structure of the move was nice, but the float here wasn't. And what I talk about so much is you've got to be the very best you can at the one thing that you're good at whatever you specialize in. Somebody that specializes in trading low float stocks and somebody that specializes in higher float stocks like an RXT, who's going to trade this better? Well, the one that specializes in it. Just like somebody that doesn't specialize in trading low float stocks, I'm going to run circles around them trading low float stocks. And so I tried to play RXT today because we had a really good setup here, and it actually ended up working out. I just left so much money on the table here. I try to take it here on the simple pivot over the highs. Supply formed here, breaks above, pulls back, confirms this is now an area of demand. Well, I'm trying to take the pivot off the pullback. I nail the entry, risking off the 90 MA for the curl up higher, but price begins to hesitate, or at least what I thought was hesitation, because again, I'm not used to trading these larger float stocks. So this thing ranges sideways, and in a low float stock, I'm sitting here expecting a knife's about to happen. So I'm like, all right, let me just get out of this. Well, it actually ends up resolving in my favor the way I wanted it to, and I miss out on it. I literally am up a bunch of money on this today. So it's unfortunate, but it's just one of those things that's so dang frustrating if it's not yours. So it wasn't mine. It is what it's just a low float stock versus a large float stock. They trade completely different. If your brain is wired every day to watching, recognizing patterns, recognizing and reading price action on low float names, you're not going to have the same results trading a large float stock. So I try to make it work. I thought it was for sure going to give me that quick resolution. If it did, cool, but break even on this pretty much. So that wasn't fantastic. You also had some crap on MLEC, which price action here wasn't great. It was a little bit spready. Wasn't too bad here. The pullbacks off of the VWAP and the 90 MA, but again, not ideal. Share price a little bit high and, of course, a little bit spready. So the one that I fell in love with today, or I wouldn't even say fall in love with today, the one that I decided to mingle with today was RENX. And this one here today, I actually am very happy with how I traded it. It fit exactly what I was looking for. It checked off all the boxes. And so I did what I could do with it. And so the first thing that I notice here is, of course, we have that pre-market high sitting right up here around, what is this, 21 cents. And so I'm watching. We leg, stair step higher off the 9 and VWAP. I was watching it here for the pullbacks off the 9, but I sort of hesitated because the morning was so slow. And at this point, volume was also pretty low this morning here, and so it was a little bit thin. I just didn't really trust it a whole lot. So I didn't play it yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would have been awesome. But I played it a little bit higher. And so I wait for price to, again, grab more volume. You can see volume really picked up here on the retest of this high pre-market. And so it pulls back off the 90 MA, and I try to risk off this past high in the 9 for that curl back up through highs. And I don't get it, of course. I see it hesitate. I just go ahead and take an exit. You can see here, I just take an exit. It knifes off that range back to the 20 EMA. Then it quickly gets bought back up. And what is even happening here? Just back and forth all over the place. So now I know we have higher lows put in here that I'm looking to hold. And so I see it pull back again. I take the pullback. It tries to pop again back up into the highs, but then it rejects. I take an exit. Again, I try it again. It tries to curl. I take an exit. And it's just like, this is getting annoying. But then, look at this. It reclaims above the 9 and 20. Of course, I know I have range back up into this previous high. I see, again, strong candle close above the 90 MA. I take the entry, risking off this past low for the move back up into the previous high of day, which I got perfectly here. This was actually the biggest trade of the morning. So I had it from 1930s to about 2030, so about a cent a share, which doesn't seem like much, but it is a 20-cent stock, and I had less than a cent of risk, so it all works out. So then I'm watching the break of the high of day because we consolidate with volume. Putting this volume shelf through here gives you something to work off of from a breakout perspective, and so I try it again, and Another small little base hit win. It pulls back off the highs, back off the 90 MA. Buyers step back in, so I take it, risking off the 90 MA for the leg back up through the high. Well, it tries to make a new high here. It instantly rejects. That's where I take my full exit. And so overall, again, a trade there from 2140 to about 22. Pretty much, that's a penny flip, really. So that's pretty much my day. And it was a really slow morning. I don't know if it's because of the 3-day weekend. Because last week we had big runners just about every single day. We had QNC, CHH, CHOW. Those beat down penny stocks were just the theme last week. And so this week, it's like everybody forgot what they were doing last week. And so the theme has shifted. That theme is no longer there. Yes, you still have penny stock action, but not to the degree we had last week. So, but anyways, let me know in the comments below how you did today. Hopefully you stuck to your rules, you stayed picky, you stayed disciplined, and you didn't go forcing setups that weren't you. Again, sit back and wait for the setup that is you, that meets your specific criteria. And if it's not you, you sit back until yours comes along, because there's 252 days every single year for you to trade and wait for your exact setup to come along. The fact is, so many of you want to be in something every single minute. You've got to wait for the one that meets your specific criteria and trade what, again, suits what you like. So that's the daily recap. Kind of a short video today again, but I'm happy with it. So as always, subscribe for daily content just like this, and make sure to sign up for your 7-day free trial down below. That way you can trade alongside me in real time every single day and navigate through slower markets like this until things get hot again, hopefully into the rest of February. That all being said, I will catch you back tomorrow. If I don't see you there, if I do, I'll catch you back tomorrow morning in the live trading stream. I'll see you there.